Why, hello, my wonderful viewers. It appears I was sick longer than I wanted to be, and this video's coming out a day late. That's okay, though. I'm sure there's no reason for us to be concerned with me uploading a video late. There's definitely no reason. People definitely aren't complaining about nothing in media again. Definitely not. That's not how this works. If you can't tell, that's how this works. That's how these videos always open. I'm losing my mind with all the people complaining about nothing. Please, please, end me. End me now.
Whoa, that's quite a grip.
See, Marge? Strangling the boy has paid off. Just kidding, I don't do that anymore. Times have changed.
Why is it always the Disney shows? Simpsons is a Disney show, I say it now. But why is it always the Disney shows that get hate for no reason? I don't understand. There's a lot of things to hate about Disney shows. There's a lot of them. Like the fact that they complain about a lot of shit that the writers do. Like they wouldn't let, what is his name? Who made Gravity Falls? Alex Hush make some jokes because they were babies. That's something to complain about. I don't understand. People just complain about stupid shit.
You know, it's been a lot of years since The Simpsons was any good. Maybe, I don't know, 20?
Personally, I'd say it started going downhill around the movie, so about 2007. But yeah, about 20 years, I guess. I'll agree with that. About 20 years. Not exactly, but close enough.
We've got Homer will no longer choke Bart, as apparently times have changed in the most recent episode. Now, there was this clip.
Whoa, that's quite a grip.
See, Marge? Strangling the boy has paid off. Just kidding, I don't do that anymore. Times have changed.
Didn't we, like, recently, not very, very recently, like a couple of years ago, complain about people not being able to make jokes? Because this is a joke. The Simpsons still does the choking bit. It's just done in more impactful scenes, like in the Treehouses of Horror, where they can make it go overboard instead of dying, instead of in normal episodes. Or in a couple of seasons ago, there was a story where Bart kills Homer in like a Greek setting, and Homer chokes him out to kill him before he dies. Like, the choking bit is still done, it's just less likely it's Homer. It's happened to Homer a couple of times recently, I believe. It's happened, Chalmers did it recently. The bit still happens, it's just not Homer putting his hands on Bart. And I don't see an issue with this. People are just crying about nothing.
Times have changed. I'm not sure they have. I mean, I don't think that any parent... I don't think that any parent has, like, said, hey, Homer Simpson did that. You know, Homer Simpson did that, so I can do that. So I'm going to do the same thing that Homer Simpson did.
This argument is stupid because you can't really blame media for how parents act. So even if somebody started choking their child because of The Simpsons, it's not The Simpsons' fault. It's the unhinged parents' fault. Your argument is flawed. A joke can be bad because of overuse and still be funny to some people. The joke's been used so many times. I could count the amount of times it's been used in The Simpsons if you wanted me to. Matter of fact, I'll do that. I'll do that right now. Let me just stop and count real quick. Every single choking gag put together in The Simpsons is 158. 158 choking gags throughout every single episode, even the Tracy Ullman skits, the movie, the crossovers. This is not counting the games. But there's 158 choking gags in the 32 seasons of The Simpsons, plus the Tracy Ullman show. That is overdoing it. Like, do you guys not see an issue with this? Like, the joke itself isn't bad if done right. I like the Treehouse of Horror's takes of it, as I said. But just doing it that many times for no reason is just overdoing it to the point where it's not funny. Like, only half of those times at least would get a laugh out of somebody. Usually it's just not funny. It's overdone. It's like going to a stand-up show and the only joke is your mom or something like that. You get the point. It's just overdone. It's boring. The joke should be retired, and jokes about it would start to be funny. Like that joke about it in that clip. I don't think that's a bad joke. That's a pretty funny joke, in my opinion. It's not a bad joke. It's just people complain about nothing. Because sure, they stopped doing it, but they didn't really do it in the first couple of seasons either. It's like season 11 to like season 20 is when they did it the most. Season 1 to 10, they did it like maybe 5 times a season at max, which isn't that much in the like grand scheme of things. There's a couple of seasons where they only did it 2 times a season. People are just complaining about because they think that the choking gag is like pinnacle Simpsons, when in reality it's not even something they did at the beginning often. Like the first season only has like 3 instances of the choking gag. So yeah, you don't know the history of the Simpsons apparently. Anyway, I'm ranting about nothing. I'm doing what he's doing. Oh god. But yeah, it's a bunch of nothing. This is just nothing. It's fucking stupid.
Removing this is kind of an iconic thing that happened on The Simpsons. Of course,
I'd argue Eat My Shorts is more iconic, and it's been said in less episodes than the choking gag has been done in. So, what's your point? What's really your point? Because Eat My Shorts was literally on much, where the choking gag wasn't really on as much. I feel like you're just like taking something that's iconic and saying, oh, it's iconic, we shouldn't change it for no reason. The joke's old. That's just, why do you think characters change over time? Because the jokes with their characters get old. They can't just keep doing the same shit over and over again. That's bad writing. The same type of bad writing that you criticize people for, right? Right? You don't want people to do the same shit over and over again, right? Or do you? Actually, you probably do. You probably want to want to just eat member berries and be happy.
the news has inevitably riled up a number of feathers. The famously tolerant GB News shrieked that The Simpsons had gone woke by refusing to depict any more scenes of adult human repeatedly gripping a 10-year-old by the throat so hard that he struggles to breathe and his eyes bulge. It's also a cartoon.
This is the same argument people use for like why lolly shit is okay. It's a cartoon. I mean, yeah, it's a cartoon. I prefer people jerk off to that, but that doesn't mean it's okay. It's still bad. Like, the cartoons aren't like inconsequential. There are consequences to making a cartoon. You have to realize that. Hopefully you're not stupid. Let's just say stupid. You're hopefully not that stupid to think that your involvement in a TV show is inconsequential, regardless of your like job, be it animator or writer. It's still consequential. You still put that in your resume. You still get jobs because you did that. So being attached to a show that depicts child endangerment or child abuse is in any form is not going to go well on a resume. Like, sure, The Simpsons may go well on a resume, but the idea of child abuse being depicted like that would not go well on the resume if it wasn't for the fact that The Simpsons has been going for 30 years.
It has been similarly set ablaze at the snowflakes in charge of their show and their parent disdain for doing this to kids. However, it's worth pointing out that the episode wasn't about Homer reaching a point of realization that never strangling Bart again. It was him pointing out that he doesn't do it anymore, and he really doesn't. Homer hasn't even done this since season 31.
The last time Bart is the one being depicted of being choked is episode I Columbus in season 32. That's the Greek one I was talking about earlier, where it depicts him in like a Greek scenario. That happens in that he kills Homer and then Homer chokes him out. So that's the last time it's shown, season 32. And then it doesn't show any in season 33. And then the next time the joke's done is I believe it's Homer being choked out. So yeah, it happens still. It's just less common.
An entire global lockdown has come and gone since Homer last strangled Bart. The fact that nobody noticed until Homer verbally acknowledged it is a sign that the outrage machine often operates outside the realms of basic human context, or that people don't really watch The Simpsons anymore. Well, I think the reality is people don't watch The Simpsons anymore.
No, I think the reality is both one, less people watch Simpsons now, but people also don't typically care unless it's pointed out. When you point out that something's changed from the past, all you're doing is bring like judgment to yourself. That's why people don't really like the remakes, not remakes, the new Star Wars trilogy because it changes stuff from the past. Just like how they didn't like the prequels because it changed stuff from the past as well. That's just how it works. It's just how it works. I don't know how to explain it other than it's just how it works. If you bring up something from the past that's changed, people are going to complain about it. It's just how it works.
A loving family where the patriarch routinely punished his son by strangling him. I basically came of age with The Simpsons. I was Bart's age when I first started airing, and the strangulation gag always seemed a bit near the knuckle to me. I never had a problem with it. You know, I never really had a problem with it. I never thought people actually did that. I always knew that it was a cartoon.
Now, while the strangling part was being hyperbolic, the gag is actually based on, if I remember correctly, let me double check. Yeah, it's based on Matt Groening's father spanking him, whenever he was a kid. It's based on real life, like shit that happens, but it's hyperbolic because it's a cartoon. The joke is it's abuse. That's the joke. It's not punishment. It's abuse. I believe that's Matt Groening's point. I'm not Matt Groening. I can't comment on what his point is with the jokes. I can only tell you what I think it is. It is a take on the abuse of corporal punishment while being comedic, and it's very showing that people are missing the point. They say, "Oh, this doesn't happen in real life." It's being hyperbolic. Kids still get hit because of their parents, not liking what they do. This is something that actually still happens, just not strangling. You're just being disingenuous if you believe this is about strangling only.
The prank calls to Mo could evolve and change over the years. I always thought it was hilarious. I mean, I guess comedy is subjective, and if you're an easily offended soy-infused child man...
Upon watching one of the clips of Bart getting strangled, I can safely say that it is not funny. There are times where it could be funny, where the comedic value is there. Like I said, Shreds of Horror is pretty funny when they do it. But just the one I saw was homeless women choking their lives and choking them. That's not funny. Where's the joke? The joke is choking your lives, but you don't need to. It's not fun. It's not funny. I don't understand how it's funny. Please explain it. If you say, "Oh, you're so infused," watch Digital Fractals live streams and tell me I'm so infused with the jokes that we make there. Please come do that. That would be hilarious. You're fucking stupid. Fucking snowflakes out here. Fucking dumbasses getting offended because people don't like jokes. That's not how comedy works. You're allowed to find what you find funny, and people are allowed to criticize what they find not funny. That is how free speech works. It is not one way or the other. You're being a baby.
There were always workarounds and mentions of strangulation development to my kids, who hoover up episodes of The Simpsons in vast qualities on Disney+. At first, they were just appalled at the worst recesses of Twitter. "It's a classic gag," my 8-year-old wailed. "Why are they taking that away from us?" I explained that it's not very good for a TV show to depict a serious scenes of a father doing that to his son. Eventually, they agreed. So, what he's saying, he's actually admitting here, is that his 8-year-old kid is more based than he is.
I swear, if I wasn't fucking trying to do this like in a respectful manner, I would be playing so many memes at your expense. My lord, you're crying over nothing. They made a joke. And in that season, literally in that season, the same season where they mentioned that, they do the gag. Literally, you're complaining about nothing. Watch The Simpsons. Watch before you bitch. That's my number one rule before I comment on anything. I watch or play it. Then I comment on it. Every single game that I've commented on this channel, I've played. And it will continue that way because I don't like being wrong. People like Kim don't mind being wrong because then they get to cry about people attacking them on Twitter like he does when people call him out for being stupid. But Christ Almighty, I don't even believe in Christ, and I'm using his name in vain. Think about that. Your statements are so stupid. It's making me take your Lord's name in vain. Fucking Christ, you're such a fucking baby. Ugh. Immediately after this episode, the Treehouse of Horror episode happened. Well, maybe not immediately. I don't know like the time frame. But after that episode happened, the Treehouse of Horror episode happened. Okay, and in the Treehouse of Horror, a virus spread, turning everyone in Springfield into Homer clones. And Puck as Homer is seen strangling Millhouse as Homer. So the gag is still done. It's just done in better ways. It's less one-noted. They got smarter about doing it. So it's not the same gag over and over again. And then when they make jokes about it not being done anymore, like in that episode, people cry about it. Y'all are upset over nothing. Nothing has changed. You're just being babies.
You know, his 8-year-old kid is not worried about the depiction in the show. I can't imagine a worse self-own, to be honest with you. You're saying that an 8-year-old kid said it was no big deal. You, a writer for The Guardian, is having a meltdown about it.
I don't hear a meltdown. I hear he doesn't like the joke, but that doesn't mean it's a meltdown. A meltdown would be, well, technically I'm having a meltdown over this video because I'm tired of hearing people say stupid shit. But still, a meltdown would be going on a video and misunderstanding what people are saying and crying about it like you're doing. He made an article saying that The Simpsons said they're not going to do the joke anymore and people are upset about it. Even though they didn't say they weren't doing the joke anymore. Homer said he doesn't strangle Bart anymore. The joke is still done. He just doesn't strangle Bart. It's still an ongoing gag. You're just complaining over nothing because Homer said times have changed, and in universe it's set in 2023. Okay, if I strangled a kid today, they would be took away by CPS. That is what he means. It's a different world than it was. That's all he's saying. For the storyline to make sense, they have to be based in reality in some regards. And this is his way of saying he can't strangle Bart anymore because if he does, he'll be took away by CPS. I don't know if that's the intention. I think the intention is just they don't want to do it with Bart anymore because it's overdone to the point of being unfunny. But still,
I don't really, at the end of the day, I don't know if anyone even cares about The Simpsons anymore. It will always still hold a near and dear place in my heart, quite frankly, because I grew up with it. I love The Simpsons, and I'm rewatching it now, and every episode, I haven't thought about it, but then I'm watching it, and I remember every line, I remember every joke, every gag, and it's just like, I have no reason. There's so many good seasons of it that I don't have to worry about kind of this woke injection of politics into it. So I'm not really going to wail and complain too much about it. But I guess you got some headlines, Simpsons. I suppose maybe that's what they need. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a sign of the times. It's pretty sad overall.
it's not even really a sign of the times because they've stopped doing it over time. The only time they did it a lot is whenever they started going downhill. And I'm going to connect them just reusing gags repeatedly as a sign of them going downhill. The fact that stepping away from it and doing new jokes is something I want to see. It's like South Park. They stopped doing the "oh my god, you killed Kenny" joke because it got boring. Actually, I couldn't come up with ways of killing him every single episode anymore. But still, it got boring, so they stopped doing it. And yeah, there's shows like that where it's got woke and it's ruined the latest seasons. And Family Guy suffered from that, but I don't think it's suffered from that much. It's not as good, but that's just how these like episodic sitcoms work after a while. They get boring, they get better, they get boring, they get better. That's just how it works. They hit and miss. It's just products of its time, usually. But yeah, if you don't like me cutting up this video as much as I did, it's because it's just a lot of facts that doesn't matter. You can find it on his channel as the quartering. If you like this video on YouTube channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all down below. And everybody keep in mind, it is woke to not choke your kids. Just keep that in mind, everybody.